Hey, it's your reasonable ranter here. Um, the election was sort of over. Maybe it's over. We don't know. But what can we learn from this? What should it tell us? Well, first of all, forget the polls. There ought not to be any polls. They're so wrong and they've been so wrong for so long that those companies probably ought to be out of business. They're going to have to figure out something else because it's crazy. They're not even close, and why even worry about it? Let's just have the elections. Okay, there. That's number one. Number two is this is sort of crazy how close everything was, almost like the last election. Um, you know what? if Trump, if President Trump was halfway likable, if he was affable, if he was self-depreciating, if he was kinder with his words, if he wasn't such a, you know what I'm thinking right now. It seems to me he would have won in a landslide. If it's this close and he's that unlikable, wow, that should say something to the Democrats. Um, so that leads us to the next point is the country is really divided. It's divided almost down the middle. I've followed the Gallup polls on voter identification, whether they identify as Republicans or identify as Democrats. I've seen it as low as 23% and as high as 26, 27% identify as Democrats, and the same amount identify as Republicans. Guess what that means? It means half of us don't like either of you. Okay? We're tired of this. We're tired of partisan politics. We're tired of the fussing and the fighting and the meanness. Stop it. You're supposed to be our servants. That's what public servant is, and you've made it into the ultimate oxymoron. Okay, so we're divided. We got to figure out a way to really be Americans again and to cherish the good while we try to fix what isn't good. All right, next one. If Biden holds this lead, if the challenges don't work, and the probability is right now that he won, I congratulate him. But Democrats, this is no mandate. It's not even close. If all that you say is true, you should have won on a landslide. But you've got a problem. You're not communicating, and you're taking some extreme sides that most Americans are very concerned about, especially the far left socialism. Think about it for a moment. Americans really do want to be free. At the end of the day, the average person in America, all they want is to be free to go where they want to go, free to have a job, free to start a company if they want, free to think the way they want without being badgered and shamed. They'd like a simpler life. They'd like less interference from the government. They just want to be basically free to be themselves. Think about that for a moment. That's pretty simple. It's not a party spirit. It's just the human spirit. We don't want to be told what to do every second of the day. We like structure. We need that. If you go and look at my rant on what is good government, that'll explain it. Okay, so let's go now to the next point, maybe the last point here. I think both of our political parties, and I'm a registered independent, both of our political parties need some humility and some soul searching. What are you really about? Is it power and money and control? Or do you really want to make life better for the people that you're supposed to be serving? Which is it? Most of us out here see corruption. Most of us out here see power. Most of us out here see control. That's what's motivating you. Prove us wrong. That's your challenge for the next 2 years, the next 4 years. Because I'll tell you what, this division, and with its as serious bickering on both sides as it is, I know lifelong Democrats who shared with me that they voted for Donald Trump. I know lifelong Republicans that shared with me that they voted for Joe Biden. Think about it. Middle America is torn. Middle America doesn't have a representation. It's these extremes that seem to be ruling the roost. And guess what? I'm tired of it, and a lot of Americans are tired of it. And I'll tell you, if anybody's thinking of running for Congress or anything like that, if you want to run as an independent and really speak to us, I hope you find the support. I really do. And I hope you find the way to articulate what we're feeling and what we're thinking. Because the Republicans and the Democrats don't get it. That's my rant. I hope you will subscribe, leave a comment, like. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.